Welcome back to the Special Kind of Motherhood podcast. Today, we're going to be having some fun talking about family fitness. We're going to be throwing out the idea that working out has to be a solo activity or something that looks like or feels like a chore. So what if I told you that fitness could be fun, creative, and something that your whole family looks forward to? Today, we're going to be talking about some great ideas to get everyone moving. Let's go ahead and get started. Welcome to the Special Kind of Motherhood podcast. This podcast is for busy moms who want to feel their best and create a healthier home without stress or confusion. If you're ready for simple, practical tips to boost your energy, nourish your family, and make wellness a natural part of your everyday life, then you're in the right place. From easy wellness hacks to natural living tips, my goal is to help you to take small, manageable steps that lead to real, sustainable results. Because taking care of yourself shouldn't feel like just another chore. Let's dig in. All right, so let's talk about something that might be a little bit underappreciated in the world of family health, and this is getting creative with fitness. Now, when we talk about, or when we think about really exercise, we often think about going to the gym, maybe running on a treadmill, or trying out some kind of new workout class. But what if instead of doing those things and feeling like if that's not the thing that you really enjoy, but it actually leaves you with a feeling of dread, what if we reimagined fitness as an activity that feels like play instead? For example, one of my favorite family activities for getting movement in our day is actually working out in the garden. Here are some reasons why this is one of my favorite family exercise activities to do. One is that we are getting outside and we're having lots of good, fun time outside. Obviously, when we are outside, if it's a nice sunny day, and even if it's not, we're able to soak up that vitamin D. It's also a great opportunity for me to teach my kids about various things like different kinds of fruits or vegetables or plants or flowers that we are planting, along with just so many other things that naturally come up whenever you're gardening with your children. It also can be a really great bonding time as a family. And what I really like is that we are out there moving our bodies in a way that feels fun. And on top of that, we're getting an amazing harvest or the enjoyment of beautiful flowers or whatever it is as a result of our work as well. So really, we're getting exponential amount of benefit from this, which is why it's one of my favorite things to do. Here's another idea though. What if you did like a dance party? It's really simple, but it works every time. It's a great activity if you're having like rainy or cold days as well. Maybe it's not gardening season. The beauty about a dance party is that it's instant and it requires no equipment and no prep work. Plus, it works for all ages, from toddlers to teens, although your teens may not want to join in. And even as parents, it's extremely enjoyable for us as well. It's just about turning on some music that you really enjoy and then kind of getting rid of that energy and having a great time together. And if you're thinking, I don't really have time for a full dance party, then don't worry. Just do like a very short burst. Maybe set a timer for 5 minutes or pick out a song that's 3 or 4 minutes long and do a couple of them. Whatever it is that you have, maybe you throw on a song during your family dinner prep, or if you're kind of prone to have an afternoon slump, maybe you throw it on during that time as like an energy perk, kind of like a pick me up. The great thing about this is it's really quick, it's easy, and it's effective. And really, it's just a great way to have fun with your kids and think about the memories that they're going to have as they look back as well. And let's say another idea, if dancing isn't your thing, then let's talk about something else that can get the whole family moving. This is very similar to gardening, but it's also just going on adventures outdoors, whether it's going for a walk outside around your house or in your backyard. Maybe it's a walk in the park. Maybe it's going on a hike or like an impromptu game of tag in your backyard. Any kind of outdoor activity is the ultimate way to get everyone moving without feeling like you're exercising. And again, you're creating that bonding time and just having fun together. One thing that I like and that I've done with my kids a couple times is actually a nature scavenger hunt. And this is just basically where you take and you make a list of simple things for them to find, like a red leaf, a funny shaped rock, a clover, a feather, and then you just set off on a walk. And if your family really likes competition, then you can make it into a race if you wanted, or you could just have it be a leisurely walk, whichever works best for your family. And you're just trying to see who can find the most items on the list the fastest. This can be great because the kids can get really excited and really into it as they find the things and are checking things off of the list. And then as parents, as we see our kids enjoying that, we also can't help but join in on the fun as well. And what I love about this is it really does help to build our connection as a family. instead of it just being like, let's go exercise, we need to go on a walk, it can be like, let's go and explore together. Again, we're tying in education in with that activity. Let's learn about new things as we find the red leaf. Let's talk about the season of fall and just these great ways that we can continue to bond and to pour into our kids while doing multiple things at one time. And really, to me, that's what's important whenever I look at wanting to make sure my kids are out and being active and moving their bodies, is I want to be able to also be able to invest in them and spend the time with them and make sure that I'm using those times of the learning opportunities that come our way and just that time of connection as well. Okay, and then another idea, and this would be fun. I haven't done this with my kids, although they kind of do this on their own, but would be to make like an obstacle course challenge. You could set it up outside or you could do it in your house, depending on what tools you have or whatever. But basically, you could just make a course in your living room or in your backyard. Maybe you use couch cushions, chairs, blankets, and each person takes turns going through the course as quickly as possible. And then everyone can just cheer each other on. You could, again, if you like the competition, you could time it and see who could do it the fastest. And not only does this get everyone moving, but it also adds that nice, fun, competitive element that keeps things lighthearted and engaging, especially if that's something your family really enjoys. If you are the type who wants to add a little bit more structure to your workout time or your I don't even really call it workout, but more of just, I want my kids to be moving their bodies, getting exercise. And obviously I would like to be participating in that with them as well. So if you really like that more structured time, then you could even just do like a morning stretch, turn on some kind of a 10-minute morning stretch video. Actually, sometimes I do like a stretch video or a walking video, and several of my kids like to do them with me. So that can be a great way if you like that more structured time. It really is less about doing everything perfectly, and it's just about having that experience with your kids. And then also you're just showing them new things. You know, whenever I do the stretches and stuff, it's so funny because my kids will sometimes do them with me, and I will also, again, practice taking deep breaths as a way to calm down. And it's just fun to see them really absorbing in that. And then later on, when maybe they're having a struggle or they're feeling overwhelmed, they will apply what they learned to that situation. And to me, that's just very rewarding as well. Okay, and then here's something to remember when we're looking at all this is that we want to make sure that we're not bringing any kind of guilt or thinking we should or must do something. If you feel this pressure to make everything, like every kind of exercise activity, feel productive or structured, then just remember that some of the best workouts or exercise times can happen whenever you just let go of expectations and just have fun with your kids. So if your family fitness sessions turns into laughter-filled chaos, just embrace it. That's what my house is most of the time anyway. And really, that's what it's all about. It's about moving together. It's just about bonding and then feeling good and taking care of our bodies. So before I wrap up, here is the final challenge I have for you. Next time you think about squeezing in some family fitness, ask yourself one question. What would it feel like to play? Or what does play feel like? And then just do that. And honestly, you can even ask your kids this question. Get their input on it. See what feels like play to them. That might give you some great ideas as well. And I promise whenever fitness feels like fun, you're going to be much more likely to do it and to keep it up. And also your kids will as well. And that will help them to really learn to have the love of taking care of their bodies through movement, which is something that we want to foster for our kids too. So whether it's working out in the garden, it's a dance party, an outdoor scavenger hunt, or a crazy obstacle course in the backyard, I just want you to remember that fitness doesn't have to be boring, and it definitely does not have to be something you have to go do by yourself. Just get creative, get input from your kids, get moving, and get connected with your family. That is all for this week. I hope you guys have a wonderful week, and I'll see you back next time. Hey Mama, I hope you enjoyed today's episode. If so, would you take 30 seconds to share this with a friend who is wanting to live more holistically without the overwhelm? Also, don't forget to head over to Apple Podcasts to leave me a review. It blesses and encourages me to know that this show is helping you. All right, friends, it's time for me to go work in the garden and make some homemade bone broth. I will see you back next week.